Getting a PhD made me overweight. That's something I never expected. So I'm currently doing a doctorate study in the UK. It's my 4th year now. Today I don't want to talk about my achievements or publications. I want to talk about how doing a PhD actually changed my life and what it didn't change it at all. Let's go back to the second half of 2025. That was probably the hardest period of my PhD so far. At that time, my paper completely stalled. I'm not exaggerating. I just couldn't move forward. I revised again, polished every detail. But in the end, all my papers were rejected. Every conference I applied it to rejected me as well. At the same time, everyone else seems doing so well. People were published, attending conference, share ideas. From the outside, it feels like I'm the only one who's stuck in this place. So I was dealing with my paper delayed, constant rejections, and the deep self-doubt, while forcing myself to keep working. To others, I probably just look a bit stressed or anxious. But in reality, I was hitting something much more serious. I was becoming depressed and terribly homesick. I started to use food and alcohol to comfort myself. My weight kept going up and became the most stable growth curve of my PhD life. So I knew it wasn't healthy, but I no longer have the energy to stop. By Christmas, everything finally collapsed. I couldn't do anything. I was afraid to open my laptop. I made a decision and made me feel a failure at that time. I went back home and took a break for a month. I say it was a choice, but in many ways it isn't. My body, my emotion, my mental health forced me to stop. I was forced to face some very difficult questions. What was really happened to me? Could I actually finish my PhD if I continue working like this? And what happened if I didn't stop? Going home became a hard reset for me. Slowly, I started to realize the problem is not just rejected paper or straight reviewers. The real issue was that I have tied my whole self-worth to the academic outcomes. I used productivity, publications, and results as the only way to measure my value. So when the project stopped or a paper was rejected, I felt like I collapsed with it. So now I'm slowly returning my PhD daily routines. I didn't suddenly become highly productive, and I didn't write any groundbreaking paper overnight. What really changed is this. I'm learning to treat my body, my emotion, and myself with a gentler and more sustainable approach. So the last half year really forced me to learn an important lesson. If a person is only to feel worthy if they're producing results, this path will eventually break them. Good luck with you all.